Hi grade 7s, welcome back to another English lesson with WorksheetCloud. I hope you are all well and I hope you are raring to go. So make sure you have a pen and some paper handy because today we are going to be learning about adverbs and adverbials. So let's start by making sure we all have a clear definition in our own minds as to what an adverb is and what adverbials are as well. So to start with, let's think of an adverb. Now, an adverb is a word that modifies, okay? And in case you're unsure of what modifies means, I've put in brackets there describes. It's pretty much what it means. So an adverb describes or modifies a verb, an adjective, sometimes another adverb, or even a whole clause. And in brackets next to those, I've given you an example. The word in red is the adverb. So here, the adverb loudly is describing how he sings, and sings is a verb. Very is the adverb explaining to me how tall someone was, and obviously tall is an adjective. Here, there are actually two adverbs, to and quickly. So here, I'm using one adverb to help me describe another. And then lastly, in this last sentence, the word fortunately helps to introduce the clause, the following clause. So fortunately, I had brought an umbrella. So that's an adverb. They are single words that are used to modify or describe those things. An adverbial performs a similar function. However, unlike single words, adverbials tend to be phrases. Okay, so that's the main difference between them. So an adverb is a single word, an adverbial is a phrase. So let's start looking at those in a bit more detail. Now we know what an adverb and an adverbial are. Let's see if you can use the words I have at the bottom of the screen and sort them into words that are adverbs and adverbials and words that are not adverbs or adverbials. You may wish to pause your video now and have a little go. Okay, let's see how you got on. Sunshine. Is it an adverb? No, it is not. It's a noun. It's a thing, isn't it? Prince. Again, that is a noun. It is not an adverb. Underground. Yes, underground. If I'm describing, I am telling you where something is. I'm telling you it's underground. Thick black fur. No, those are, well, that's a noun, fur, but thick and black are adjectives describing the noun. How about slowly? Yes, slowly is an adverb. It tells me how something is occurring, the speed at which an action is occurring. By the hedge. Yes, now that's obviously an example of an adverbial because it's a phrase. Fast. Yes, fast is an adverb. Grumpily. Of course, it's describing someone's attitude. Regularly. Again, it is an adverb. And lastly, happiness. What do you think? No, happiness is what we would class as an abstract noun. Now, adverbs and adverbials can be grouped together on what they are describing, depending on what they're describing, and that's what we're going to look at next. We are going to explore 5 different groups of adverbs. Adverbs of time, manner, place, number, and frequency. So let's start with adverbs of time. So as I've said, adverbs and adverbials can be grouped according to what they are describing. Adverbs of time answer the question when. They tell us when something occurred. So here I have got for you 4 sentences, all missing their adverbs of time. Can you identify what they might be? We are for school. I went to the beach. I'd like to leave. Have you seen Hugo's dog? Okay, all of these would be adverbs of time. If you know what they are, maybe pause your video and pop them into your book. Here you go. We are late for school. It tells me when, remember? When. I went to the beach yesterday. It could have been the day before yesterday. That would have been an adverbial. Now I'd like to leave. It's telling me when. And have you seen Hugo's dog today? Okay, there we go. So all of those are adverbs of time. What about adverbs of manner? Okay, so adverbs of manner answer the question, in what way, in what manner did something occur? So again, here I have for you 4 sentences. See if you can figure out the adverbs of manner that would fit into those sentences. Peter can speak Spanish. We walked into the hall. My teacher seemed surprised that I completed my work. Janine dances. Remember, each word you choose must tell me in what manner something occurred. Okay, let's see how you got on. Peter can speak Spanish fluently. We walked quietly into the hall. Now you could have had loudly or silently. Both would have, any of them would work. I've just chosen quietly. My teacher seemed pleasantly surprised that I had completed my work. I hope that's not true of you. Janine dances gracefully. You could have had beautifully. Another adjective that would have also told me in what manner Janine dances. Now, you might be able to pick up on a commonality between all of those adverbs. They all end in ly. Okay, and many adverbs of manner do end in ly. And that's a really good way of spotting them quickly if you ever come across them. But remember, it's not always the case, but often adverbs of manner end in ly. Okay, so if an adverb of time tells me when, and an adverb of manner tells me in what way or in what manner, what about an adverb of place? Hopefully, you can deduce that an adverb of place tells me where. So have a look at these sentences. 4 more for you. Can you identify an adverb that tells me where something happened? Please may I come? Frank searched for his cat. We have been for a few hours. I went to find my hairbrush. Okay, let's see if you've managed to do that. Please may I come in? Hopefully you've got that one. Something that's regularly asked at the classroom door. Frank searched everywhere for his cat. We have been here for a few hours. Here is an adverb of place. I went upstairs to find my hairbrush. You could have said downstairs. You could have said outside. I don't know, maybe you brushed your hair in the garden. You don't know, but it tells me where. Okay, so what's an adverb of number then? It tells me in what order. Okay, so often these are used when we're given instructions. We use adverbs of number to tell us what order something occurred. So have a little look at these sentences. You need to preheat the oven. Put the ingredients in the bowl. We will be having our history lesson. Greta put away her books. So I need words that tell me in what order something occurred. Right, let's see how you got on. Firstly, you need to preheat the oven. Secondly, put the ingredients in a bowl. We will be having our history lesson next. Finally, Greta put her books away. And again, you'll see that some of these words end in ly, so that's why I was saying, remember, not always, ly words are not always adverbs of manner. These ones are adverbs of number. So we've looked at adverbs of time, manner, place, and number. And finally, for this lesson, we're going to look at adverbs of frequency. So what are adverbs of frequency? Adverbs of frequency tell me how often. Okay, so place, where, time, when, manner, in what manner, number, in what order, and frequency, how often. So have a look at these. I have only met her. Tia visits her grandfather. It is busy when we visit the shopping mall. You should touch a hot iron. Okay, I have only met her once. It could have been twice. Tia visits her grandfather frequently. Could have been seldomly. It is always busy. Could have been often busy, or yeah, that kind of thing. You should never touch a hot iron. Hopefully you all got that one. Now for today, I've only introduced you to these 5 forms of adverbs, but there are more that you will learn about as you progress through your English work in the coming years. So we're not going to complicate things further by looking at the other ones. There's lots of other ones. For the moment, we're just going to focus on these 5. So let's test how much you now know. Above on the screen, I have got a table, time, place, number, frequency, manner. And then I have some adverbs and some adverbials now, because I've got obviously phrases. Do apologize, the M of my classroom has dropped down for some reason, but you have to see if you can sort them. They are all adverbs or adverbials, but what type are they? Okay, pause the video and have a go. Right, let's see how you got on. Lastly, it tells me in what order something occurred, therefore it is an adverb of number. Every week, okay, that tells me when something is occurring, it's an adverb of time. Very often, there you have an adverbial of frequency. Firstly, well, that's another word that we often use in instructional writing to order things. So again, it's an adverb of number. Once in a while, it is a frequency adverbial. With fear in his eyes, it's an adverbial of manner. It tells me how and what manner something is happening. As quick as a flash. Again, another manner. Inside the classroom. It's an adverbial of place. Straight away. Time. And lastly, on the ground. Let's see what you've got. Well done if you said place. Okay, so that gives you an idea of how adverbs and adverbials can be grouped. Now let's see if we can put our knowledge into action in a writing situation. So I'm going to show you 4 images and I'd like you to look at them very closely. Try to find ones that are a little bit fun. I have some rubber ducks going down a drain. I have a teddy bear in a suitcase, a minion doing some hula hooping, and Shaun the sheep. I don't even know what he's coming out of there. It looks like a biscuit tin. You are going to see if you can use adverbs or adverbials of time and place when describing these images. And I have written some examples for you so you can also use those to stimulate your own understanding. So let's have a go. So here for the ducks, this is what I came up with. Every Saturday, I see a troop of hilarious ducks swimming in the stream that runs through our town. This one tells me when, so there's my time. And here I have to of place in the stream through our town. For the teddy bear image. Last night, I packed my teddy bear in my bag to go on holiday. We are traveling all around the world. So again, I've started with my time. Last night, there's my adverbial, and it's the one that's introducing my next clause. I packed my teddy bear in my bag. There's the place to travel all around the world. There's another place. Okay, my minion. On the playground, the minion was playing with the hoop all day. So now, this time, my introductory adverbial is the one of place, telling me where the minion was. And I finish with the time. And lastly, before the end of the day, Sean will find a way to extract himself from the pot he is stuck in on the patio. Again, now this time I have introduced my sentence with an adverbial. This time it is of time. It's telling me when, before the end of the day. And I end with my place adverbial on the patio. So give it a go yourself. Have a look at those pictures again, rewind the video and hit pause and see if you can come up with your own interesting sentences that have an adverbial of time and at least another one of place as well. How about we do a similar exercise, but this time with frequency and manner? So can you use adverbs or adverbials of frequency and manner to describe these two images? Would you like to see my examples? Okay, so this one I have written, with fear in his eyes, Kermit clung to the high tree and continually called for help. With fear in his eyes is my adverbial of manner, telling me how, in what manner Kermit was clinging to the tree. And continually is my adverb of frequency. Okay, it is telling me how often he was calling for help. And now I have my car in the sand. Although he was driving over the sand cautiously, every now and then the car wheels got stuck. So cautiously is my adverb of manner, and every now and then is my adverbial of frequency. So give it a go yourself. Now you can use my pictures if you like, or you can go and open up any storybook and see if there's images in there that you could use to create your own sentences. Last but by no means least, we cannot forget adverbs of number. Now, remember I said at the very beginning when I introduced adverbs of number that they often are used to introduce instructions or used in instructional writing. So here I have got instructions on ice cream cone craft. Oh, that's a tongue twister. Crumpled tissue paper to fill the cone up to the top and glue this in. Roll the brown paper into a cone shape and glue together. Gather all the equipment needed, including paper, glue, cotton wool, beads, scissors and pens. Draw diagonal lines on the brown paper so that it looks like an ice cream cone. Drizzle PVA glue over the cotton wool so that you can stick beads on to look like sprinkles. And then lastly, drizzle PVA glue over the tissue paper before sticking cotton wool to look like vanilla ice cream. Now those are all instructions, but they are not in the right order. So can you order the instructions and then use adverbs of number to add cohesion to the list? So firstly, secondly, afterwards, yes, etc., etc. See how you get on. Okay, you ready for the answers? Well, for my answers, remember there are more than one correct way of doing things. Okay, here we go. This is what I had. Firstly, gather all the equipment needed. That's obvious. Then I have secondly, draw diagonal lines on brown paper. I want to do that before thirdly, rolling the brown paper into a cone shape. Next, crumple tissue paper, then drizzle PVA glue over the tissue paper. Finally, drizzle PVA glue over the cotton wool. Okay, so you can see here that my adverbs of number always introduce the sentence because they help then add cohesion to my instructions. Okay, so this is another fun little independent activity that unfortunately, as I'm not with you, I can't check, but you can have a good go at anyway. You'll see that they have a wheel here, and on the wheel in the different segments, I have written either adverbs or adverbials. In a second, I'm going to spin the wheel, and when I land on an adverb or an adverbial, you are going to try to use that in a sentence to describe one of the pictures above, and you can choose which of the pictures above. And then also, you should be able to tell me if it is an adverb of time, manner, place, frequency, or number. Okay, let's have our first spin. In the blink of an eye. Right, choose a picture and create your sentence. Okay, I hope you've done that. Again, as I said, I wish I could actually look at the amazing sentences that you create with that, but I can't. But I should, so you should have be able to identify what type of adverbial in the blink of an eye is. Well done if you said manner. It tells me in what manner something occurred. It occurred very quickly, obviously, if it happened in a blink of an eye. Right, let's do another one for you. Awkwardly. Okay, which of these pictures would be used to would you use the word awkwardly in? Okay, and awkwardly, once again, is an adverb of manner. Right, let's try one last time and see which we land on. In the morning. Okay, in the morning. Have a go at using that in a sentence. And this time we have an adverb of time. Or sorry, an adverbial, because it's a phrase of time. Okay, if you want to, you can see obviously very clearly all of the adverbs and adverbials. If you pause your video, you could have a go with all of them, couldn't you? Okay guys, so now that we know and we've learned what adverbs and adverbials are and those 5 different forms, and we've even had a little bit of practice with them, let's do a couple of quick quiz exercises to test your understanding. So in this one, I'd like you to choose an appropriate adverbial to complete the sentence, and I have told you which ones I want of time, place, frequency, manner and number. It could be an adverb as well. It doesn't need to be an adverbial. I can't remember now off the top of my head if I wrote adverbials for all of them or if some were adverbs. So time, we visited our grandmother when? Place, there are a large number of stray cats. Where? Frequency, we. How often? Go swimming at the weekend. Manner, Maddie slid into the cool swimming pool. How? In what manner did she do that? And number, something. Put the cake in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius. Okay, so in what order? Probably one of the last steps, I would imagine, hey? Okay, have a go. Right, are you done? Let's have a look. We visited our grandmother yesterday or last week. Okay, so this one's obviously an adverb and this one's an adverbial, but you could have other ones as well. There are a large number of stray cats in the area or outside or in our neighborhood. You can have lots of different variations. We often go swimming at the weekends or occasionally. Or never, though all of those would work in that sentence and are all adverbs of frequency. Manner, Maddie slid into this cool swimming pool as quick as a flash. Or cautiously. Both obviously mean the opposite, but they both work as adverbs or adverbials of manner. Number. Finally, or lastly, put the cake in the oven. Obviously, that was on the bottom of a list of instructions to make a cake, so you would put the cake in the oven towards the end, wouldn't you, after you've beaten the eggs and put in the flour and Okay, great. So, well done if you did that. Now let's have a look at my last quick quiz for today, quick quiz 2. Underline the adverbs or adverbials in these sentences. So now I don't want you to make one up, or I want you to identify them. Firstly, we went into the museum for a workshop about the ancient Egyptians. The dog sat waiting by the door for its owner to come out of the shop. Miss Williams says I must finish my poem before the end of the day. Without warning, a spider ran across the classroom floor, which made us all scream. And cacti hardly ever need water. Okay, pause the video and see if you are able to identify the adverbs or adverbials in those sentences. And then for those keen beans as an extension, are you able to identify which type of adverb has been used in each sentence? Okay, now that you've done that, let's see how successful you were. Okay, there they are. In the first sentence, my adverb is firstly. And for any of you that gave the extension activity a go, firstly is an adverb of number. Tells me when, in what order. Sorry, not when, in what order they went into the museum. There we go. The dog sat waiting by the door for its owner to come out of the shop. So by the door is my adverbial, and it's an adverbial of place. It's telling me where the dog is sitting. Ms. Williams says I must finish my poem before the end of the day. That is an adverb of time, an adverbial of time. Excuse me, not an adverb, an adverbial. Without warning is an adverbial of manner. It tells me the manner in which the spider ran across the classroom floor. And lastly, cacti hardly ever. So there we have an adverbial of frequency. It's telling me how frequently cacti or need water. Okay, well done grade 7s. You've worked really hard today. I hope you've enjoyed those activities, and I hope you have learned a lot more about adverbs and adverbials of time, manner, place, number and frequency. And I will see you in our next English lesson. Have a lovely day further. Bye-bye.